Why your body looks softer. Even when you're lean, you're lean. The scale confirms it, your clothes confirm it, but the mirror doesn't. And no, it's not because you're not lean enough. That's the trap most people fall into. The idea that fat is the only factor that dictates how hard or soft you look. You can be at an impressively low body fat percentage and still look softer than you expect. Today we're going to explain why, and once you understand, it will change how you approach dieting, training, and recovery forever. Framing plus disclaimer plus mini CTA. Before we dive into why your body can look soft even when you're lean, let's set the stage. This video is purely informational. I'm not here to hand you a diet plan, specific macro targets, or a rigid training program. What we're focusing on is understanding the science behind your body's appearance at low body fat, why leanness doesn't automatically equal hardness, why mirrors can lie, and why your muscles might look flatter than expected. Grasping these concepts is critical. Without this understanding, chasing extreme leanness is like chasing a mirage. You might feel motivated at first, cutting calories harder, adding more cardio, and pushing workouts to the edge. But eventually, frustration sets in. You'll notice your muscles looking softer, your energy dropping, and your confidence wavering. That disappointment isn't about laziness, lack of discipline, or failure. It's about misreading how your body responds to stress, nutrition, and training. This video is about giving you clarity. Once you understand the mechanics, muscle fullness, glycogen storage, water retention, nervous system fatigue, you can approach fat loss and training in a smarter, more strategic way. You can stop punishing yourself for results that aren't even caused by a lack of effort. And here's a quick note for you. If there's a fitness topic you've been confused about, whether it's why your muscles deflate on a cut, why recovery matters more than you think, or how to look fuller without packing on fat, drop it in the comments. I read every suggestion and it helps guide the content we make. Finally, if this video helps you make sense of your own body, consider subscribing. Supporting the channel ensures more videos that explain fitness honestly, calmly, and without hype. No flashy transformations, no overpromises. Now, let's untangle this confusion and get to the real reasons your body might look softer than it should, even when you're lean. The myth, what people believe. One of the most common beliefs in fitness is this: if I get lean enough, I'll automatically look hard, dry, and perfectly defined. This idea has caused more frustration, ruined more diets, and punished more workouts than almost anything else. People see lean models, Instagram transformations, or before and after posts and assume that low body fat alone is the key to looking great. So they respond in predictable ways, cutting calories even harder, adding more cardio, restricting carbs, and pushing themselves to extreme limits. They chase leanness, believing that every pound lost will translate directly to the hard, shredded look they desire. Then the mirror tells a very different story. Suddenly, the muscles that once looked full and pumped now appear flat. Your body can look softer, smaller, or less defined, even though you're leaner than ever. The visual reward for all that effort simply isn't there. This creates a dangerous mental loop. The thought, "I'm not lean enough," becomes a mantra, driving overtraining, excessive dieting, and unnecessary stress. Leaner does not always mean better looking. At some point, extreme leanness can actually make you appear flatter or less muscular, completely undermining the very goal you're working toward. So if you've ever dieted aggressively, dropped body fat, and still felt disappointed with your reflection, know this: it's not your imagination. It's not a failure of discipline. It's the myth of lean equals hard colliding with the reality of how your body actually works. Reality: lean does not mean hard. Here's the reality many people overlook. Leanness and hardness are not the same thing. Fat loss is a subtractive process. It takes away fat, but it doesn't automatically create a hard, chiseled look. Hardness, what makes muscles pop and skin appear tight, comes from what remains after fat is removed. That includes muscle fullness, hydration, nervous system tone, stress management, and overall muscle tension. This is why two people at the same body fat percentage can look completely different. One might appear dry, vascular, and full of shape, while the other looks flat, soft, or even tired. Fat loss alone doesn't dictate the visual outcome. Muscle volume, the amount of stored glycogen, water balance, hormonal state, nervous system activity, and sleep quality all play crucial roles in how hard your body appears. For example, a person dieting aggressively may strip fat quickly but also deplete glycogen and stress their nervous system. Even though they're lean, their muscles lose fullness, tension, and pump, making the body appear soft or deflated. This is why being lean doesn't automatically equal looking sharp. The mirror can feel like it's betraying you, even when you're at a low body fat level. The takeaway is clear. Hardness is about more than fat loss. Supporting your muscles with proper fueling, recovery, training intensity, and stress management is what maintains the full, tight, and defined look. Strip fat without supporting these other factors, and you'll end up lean but frustratingly soft. Reason 1. Empty muscles. One of the most common reasons people look soft even when lean is surprisingly simple. Empty muscles. Muscle appearance isn't just about fat levels, it's about volume. And that volume comes largely from glycogen, the stored carbohydrate that fuels every muscular contraction. Glycogen draws water into muscle cells, creating that full pumped look. When glycogen is depleted, whether from a low-carb diet, prolonged calorie restriction, or chronic stress, muscles lose their fullness. They flatten, no longer pushing against the skin, and the hard definition you expect disappears. Think of your muscles like balloons. Fat loss might shrink the outer layer, but if the balloon itself is deflated, it will still appear soft. Losing glycogen is essentially deflating those balloons. The result? Even with low body fat, your muscles look flatter, smaller, or softer than before. This is why two people with identical body fat percentages can look completely different. One might appear full, dense, and defined, while the other appears soft and underwhelming, even though both are technically lean. Here's a quick self-check. Do you feel weaker, flatter, or smaller than you did earlier in your diet or training phase? That's not a sign of fat gain. It's a sign that your muscles are depleted, temporarily lacking the glycogen and water that give them shape. The takeaway: to maintain a hard, defined look while leaning out, it's not enough to just lose fat. You need to support muscle fullness with adequate carbohydrates, proper training, and recovery. Without that, even the leanest physique can look soft and deflated, leaving you frustrated and questioning your progress. Reason 2. Water retention is not fat. A common misconception is that softness always means fat. In reality, much of it is water retention. Stress elevates cortisol, which signals your body to hold water, especially under the skin. Poor sleep, high sodium intake, and ongoing metabolic stress can amplify this effect. Many people respond by cutting calories further or adding more cardio, assuming they're holding fat. The irony? This only increases stress, prompting the body to retain even more water, making the muscles appear softer than before. The key takeaway: softness isn't always about fat loss. It's often a temporary water issue. By prioritizing rest, recovery, and stress management, your muscles can regain their tight, hard appearance without changing body fat. Sometimes the mirror improves simply because your body stops holding excess water, not because you've magically lost fat. Pattern interrupt. Dieting makes it worse. Here's the ironic truth: the harder you chase a dry, hard look, the more your body pushes back. More cardio, extreme calorie restriction, and less sleep might feel disciplined, but your body doesn't see it that way. Instead, it reacts defensively. Stress rises, cortisol increases, and water retention spikes, making muscles look softer rather than harder. Your nervous system tires, recovery slows, and glycogen stores deplete, leaving muscles flat and lifeless. The very strategies meant to improve appearance often create the opposite effect. Ever notice how your body looks better after rest days or a deload week? That's no coincidence. Recovery allows muscles to refill with glycogen, water balance to normalize, and hormones to stabilize. Muscle tension and tone return, giving a fuller, harder, more defined look. The takeaway: punishing your body doesn't produce sharpness. Strategic rest, proper fueling, and stress management do. To look harder while lean, it's not about doing more, it's about doing what actually supports your muscles and nervous system. Sometimes stepping back is the fastest way forward. Reason 3. Loss of muscle tone. Muscle tone is far more than just how big your muscles are. It's the tension, firmness, and the subtle pressure your muscles exert against the skin that creates that sharp, hard, and aesthetically pleasing look everyone chases. When people talk about definition or hardness, they're not just referring to low body fat. They're talking about the underlying quality of the muscle itself. A muscle that is firm, tight, and full will look impressive, even at higher body fat levels. Conversely, a muscle that has because lost tension will appear soft, flat, or smaller, no matter how lean you are. A very common mistake during dieting is reducing training load or overall volume. Many people switch to lighter weights, higher reps, or endless cardio thinking it's safer while in a calorie deficit. While this may protect joints or reduce fatigue, it removes the critical signal that muscles need to maintain firmness. Muscles respond to mechanical tension. Without it, the visual pressure they create diminishes. The result, even if your body fat is low, your muscles can appear flat and less defined. Think of it this way: fat loss is subtractive, it takes away layers, but hardness comes from what remains and how it's expressed. You don't lose fat first and immediately look flat. You often lose muscle tone first, which can drastically change how lean you appear. A lean body with deflated, soft muscles can look smaller, less vascular, and less impressive than it actually is. Maintaining muscle tension during a cut requires deliberate action. Heavy resistance training, progressive overload, and consistent tension are non-negotiable. It's not just about moving weight, it's about giving your muscles the stimulus to stay firm and full, even while in a calorie deficit. Done correctly, this preserves the hard look that distinguishes a lean physique from a soft one. Without it, even extreme leanness can look disappointing in the mirror. Reason 4. Diet fatigue. Extended periods of dieting don't just reduce fat, they stress your nervous system. Over time, sleep quality drops, hormone levels shift, including cortisol and thyroid function, and recovery slows. Your body senses this stress and enters conservation mode. In this state, looking dry or hard is no longer a priority. Your body isn't malfunctioning, it's being intelligent. Survival comes first. Energy is redirected to vital processes, not aesthetics. That's why, even at very low body fat, you might look soft, flat, or tired. Diet fatigue also impacts muscle fullness and tone. Low glycogen, high stress, and reduced training intensity combine to make muscles appear deflated. Cardio-heavy routines and extreme calorie restriction only worsen the effect, reinforcing the cycle of softness despite being lean. The takeaway: if your body looks flat while dieting, it's not a failure. It's a signal that your system needs recovery, fuel, and stress management. Hard work alone won't make you look sharp. Supporting your nervous system and hormones is just as crucial as cutting fat. In other words, lean does not automatically equal hard, and understanding your body's limits is key to looking your best. The consequence. Why people over-diet. Many people see softness in the mirror and assume it's fat, even when they're already lean. The response: over-dieting, more cardio, lower calories, stricter restrictions. This approach backfires. Muscles lose glycogen, flattening even further. Stress hormones rise, recovery slows, and energy levels drop. Instead of looking sharper, the body appears softer, tired, and depleted. The psychological toll is real. Frustration mounts, mirror check anxiety increases, and self-blame sets in. People feel like they're failing, when in reality, they're misreading their body's signals. Softness under low body fat often indicates depletion, stress, or fatigue, not excess fat. Understanding this is critical. Over-dieting is not a sign of discipline, it's a mismatch between perception and physiology. To look and feel better, you must support muscle fullness, recovery, and stress management, not just cut more calories. Recognizing these signals helps you avoid unnecessary extremes and maintain both performance and aesthetics. Solution: what actually fixes the look? If your goal is to look hard and defined while lean, it's not just about dropping body fat, it's about supporting the factors that create fullness, tension, and visual appeal. Muscle fullness matters. Carbohydrates are the primary fuel for glycogen, which fills your muscles and gives them that pumped look. Underfueling flattens muscles, no matter how lean you are. Tension matters. Heavy resistance training signals your muscles to stay firm. Progressive overload and consistent training maintain the pressure that keeps your physique looking sharp. Cutting back too much on load or replacing strength work with endless cardio removes that tension, and your muscles appear soft. Sleep, stress management, and adequate recovery allow your hormones and nervous system to function optimally. Elevated stress and chronic fatigue create water retention, flatten muscles, and make even lean physiques look soft. Leanness isn't everything. Maximal aesthetic appeal isn't always at the lowest body fat. Knowing when to stop dieting, when your muscles are full, tension is maintained, and recovery is prioritized, is critical. Ask yourself honestly, do you want to be leaner or do you want to look better? These aren't always the same. Discipline alone doesn't create aesthetics. Smart strategies do. One sentence truth: If this insight resonates, know you're not alone. Many people struggle to understand why lean doesn't always mean hard. The truth is simple. Aesthetics aren't just about body fat. They depend on muscle fullness, tension, recovery, and stress management. Cutting too far, overtraining, or ignoring recovery can make even the leanest physique look soft. For clear, no-nonsense fitness explanations that cut through hype and misinformation, subscribe to the channel. And if there's a specific topic or question you want broken down next, drop it in the comments. We'll cover it.